Welcome to the Frontier X product demo, and thank you for downloading the video. The Frontier X is a continuous ECG monitor that measures key physiological metrics from your heart and lungs. Now let's take a closer look at the device. The device is a very lightweight, portable, and waterproof that connects to your mobile phone either on iOS or Android via Bluetooth. The device has a button here. You can press it once and it wakes the device from sleep. And you can see there are some key physiological metrics from your last workout that are displayed on the device, along with the device memory and battery life. We have two electrodes on the back. These are what actually measure your continuous ECG. The device has a battery life of approximately 48 hours and can store up to 24 hours of continuous data. Now the device clips in to a chest strap, just like so. Let's take a look at the mobile app for the Frontier X. The app allows you to start recording the Frontier X, view your data in real time, and your activity history and summaries. You can also get insights and recommendation about your heart health and the activities that you've done in the past. So let's look at the live stream ECG feature. Here you can share your live ECG with anybody in the world simply by clicking the Start ECG Sharing button while wearing the Frontier X. So here's my continuous ECG recording. Now I could send this to my doctor, my friend, my trainer, anyone I wanted to take a look at my ECG while I'm exercising. You can see it displays my heart rate at the bottom. So now let's take a look at choosing an activity and setting some device alerts. So you can choose from any number of activities that you want to perform. And then you can also set specific device alerts so that you can stay in specific training zones and receive feedback either by a single buzz or a double buzz to let you know what zone you're in. So let's set a double buzz for heart rate. I'm going to select heart rate, and then I'll set an upper limit of 170 beats per minute. So the device will buzz at me 2 times if I go over that 170 beats per minute threshold for my heart. Now this can help me train safely or train at an intensity in order to achieve my goals. So that's set for the double buzz upper limit. Now let's set a breathing rate or lower limit with a single buzz. This will ensure that I stay above a certain intensity. And I'll choose 28 breaths per minute. So now when I go and work out, I'll have a lower limit of 28 breaths per minute and an upper limit of 170 beats per minute. Let's go ahead and start my activity. So here's a time-lapsed activity that I recorded earlier today. You can see all my metrics on the screen displayed live on the app. Here we can see effort, which is breathing rate, strain, which is strain on my heart rate, my QTC interval, body shock, which is just the amount of force my feet hit the ground whenever I'm running, my running cadence, measured in steps per minute, and you can see your distance and pace if you take your phone with you or have your device paired to another device that measures GPS. Then after my workout, we can go to the history section of the app to learn more. So let's go take a look at that. And I'll pull out my workout from today. And here's all my key metrics. So you can see my heart rate, cardiac strain, body shock, and my insights from my workout. These are auto-generated by the Frontier X AI algorithms. All right, and now let's look at those graphs. So here's my workout from today. You can see my heart rate, and I can look at things like my QTC interval, my breathing rate, my shock, all throughout my workout, even my cadence. And here's all my heart rate alerts that I got where I was above 170 beats per minute. And I can scroll through and see exactly what my heart rate was at any given moment. Now I can also compare this to my breathing rate. So I'll just select compare and then breathing rate, and then I'll be able to see how my heart rate compared to my breathing. It looks like my breathing rate followed pretty closely to my heart rate on that workout. Now let's go look at training load. This is seen from the home screen. So training load is just a measure of intensity using breathing rate and heart rate. The higher your breathing rate and heart rate, typically the higher your training load. And I can see all my metrics from the previous day, week, and month. Below that, we'll see recommendations for my next workout and how to achieve my training load. And at the bottom, you can see some information that we post regularly on the app. The Frontier X can also be paired with your Apple Watch. You can use the app on the Apple Watch to start and stop an activity without your having to have your phone with you. You can also do this by double pressing the red button on the Frontier X. This will start recording an activity without having to have your phone around. So after you perform your data sync, you can log onto the web app from any web browser and take a look at your data. You can see on the web browser here, we have our training load metrics on the left, just like they were in the mobile app. And here you can see the activity summary. You can click on any one of these workouts to get a more detailed version of what actually happened while you were training. You can look at your ECG status, whether your ECG has been processed and uploaded, your duration, your training load, and your max strain value. Now, further over, you can click on this drop down, and here's a link to share your ECG activity or your activity link with anybody, like a coach. You can also download your fit file. So let's take a look at one of our workouts. So here we can see 20 seconds of ECG data at any given moment throughout my workout. Now, if I scroll with the cursor over, you can see my ECG changing as I continue through my workout. And I can zoom in just by clicking and dragging on the ECG. Now, I can use calipers here to measure out different intervals in the ECG. Here, I'll measure my QT interval. So let's take a look at each one of these metrics. First, we have heart rate. And I can scroll through and see what my heart rate was at any point during my workout. Below that, we have cardiac strain. The cardiac strain may explain a difference in the oxygen demands and the oxygen supply to the heart. We want to try to keep cardiac strain minimal to ensure safe exercise. You can see here, as long as you're in the green, blue, possibly even the yellow zone, your cardiac strain is healthy. Mine looks good. Below that, we can see QTC. QTC is an important metric to measure for individuals that have electrical abnormalities in their heart. As long as you're in the green or possibly even the yellow zone, your QTC should be just fine. Below that, we'll look at breathing rate. And below that, we have body shock. Body shock is just the amount of force that your feet strike the ground at whenever you're running. As long as you're in the green or the yellow zone, you're running safely. Below that, we can see step cadence. That's just the number of steps per minute you have. And if I go back up here, I can see where my alerts were set. I set an alert for around 170 beats per minute, and you can see I got a single red bar every time I exceeded that threshold. I would have also received a double buzz on the device at that exact moment. And I set a lower limit for breathing rate. You can see here with the dashed red line, every time I went below 30 breaths per minute. And I took my phone with me on this run, so you can see I have data about my altitude change. And I have a map that shows me the route I took on my run. Now here, I can add an activity note. So I drank coffee before this run. So I wanted to make sure that I record that. Up here, you can see different values for each one of my metrics. Here, I'm showing my minimum values. I can also see my average values throughout the workout. And if I click here, I can see my max values for each one of my metrics below. So thank you for watching the Frontier X demo video. We hope this answers all the questions you may have. If you have any additional questions, please reach out to us via email at support@fortfrontier.com. Thank you so much.